excited to be here.
Yay, we're recording. Hey, everybody, it's going to be coming on later, too. We say hi to everybody, and we'll all say thank you to Marco. Marco's on the call.
Thanks, Marco.
Thank you, guys. And JP, I have to say, JP, you look really smart in those glasses.
And just
JP.
Oh, fun. Okay. So I now muted everybody, and I'm going to unmute Marco here. And, you know, that's one thing that I absolutely love about this, Zinzino culture. Marco is not our upline. He's a crossline. And he's been in this industry for so long. And he's just been in Zinzino a short period of time, already crowned, has diamonds in how many countries, Marco? I already unmuted you. Six, I think now. And we were at Mastermind. Marco was speaking there. We were all in awe. And then he and others from his team, we met up and we had an hour and 15-minute talk. And it was amazing to talk with Marco. And Marco, we just want to get more from you in regards to, maybe some of your history, what you know is what we need to be doing right now. We've got these incredible campaigns, just wild. And we know there's so much about this. Okay, let's start. Some people don't know who you are, so let's just give our short version of Marco.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Carla. Carla wanted to come on, as she said, in the same team. I don't care if I do this industry because I love helping people, right? So I don't care if I earn from it or not, because I just share from my heart always, and always happy to help people. And I'm very passionate about that, helping people grow, helping people believe in their dreams, helping people believe in themselves, more importantly. But a little back on me, I started in this industry in January. It will be 10 years ago. At that time, I was working 10 hours a day for a newspaper. I was living in Sweden, and I was playing soccer in second division every night. So my life was really working, soccer, sleep, and got to see this industry. And I kind of was fed up after 6 years of working, soccer, sleep. And I actually felt that life must be more than this. So this business, I actually said no first. When a guy called me, I said no. But luckily, I came to a presentation. And that night I sat and I signed up immediately, and I told him, I don't have a lot of time because I leave home 7 in the morning, come home 10 at night. But that was the reason why I have to do it. Time was my reason, because I know if I keep on doing what I've been doing, I'm going to keep on getting what I've been getting, right? And that something I have to give up to go up. So I sacrificed those few 3 hours of spare time I had to create my future life with more time. So I put in 7 hours a week, and first month I made $40. Second was 100, 150. Took me 6-7 months to really get traction. And I did 10, 15 presentations every week. At least 7 was my goal. And then after 9 months, exactly in October was 9 years ago, I quit my job because I surpassed that income. There's 9 years full-time in this industry. That's my short story.
Okay, so if we're going to just take that, you started and you had full-time, you were busy too, and yet you found the time and decided to say, we need to build this. And so you said you wanted to have a minimum of 7 meetings a week. And then it took time, it took, almost a year then before you were really getting something out of it.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, everybody has 24 hours. How come some people are billionaires out there? And I was frustrated. I didn't have any time over. I didn't have nothing saved, nothing. Then I saw people having millions and millions of euros, dollars on their account. They're playing golf, enjoying life. And I've had friends, professional soccer players, and I thought, what am I doing wrong? So it's not, I always tell people, you have the time. If you don't have it, stop fooling yourself. Stop buying into that story. Because at the end of the day, it's just not a problem with time. I always say it's more problem with how you prioritize. If you're not 100% satisfied where you are, if you're 100% satisfied, do this for $100 dollars extra just for sharing good product, that's a different story. Now I'm talking to people who want more than they have, because it starts with a desire. That's what I had.
Mm-hmm. And that's actually one of the things. So many people, when they look at this, some people, if you have a hobby mentality, doing it a little bit here and there, making a little bit, but most people that got into Zinzino, they had goals. They had a reason that they got into this business. and they have goals that they want to achieve, whether it's matching their income, whether it's, making ends meet, any of that, it's the decision. So what is it that because some people have, got to find the time and they need to do the meetings. So what should people be doing?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's having a plan and then discipline to stick to the plan. Number one, know why you do it and have the plan. You always hear that. Yeah, know your why and have a plan. And yeah, I've heard that 100 times. Yeah, but with your why, you need to break it down to a goal and then have that specific plan how you can get there. And at the end of the day, it's the discipline to just stick to that plan. This is the hard thing because life will always get in the way. And I think we're so egotistical, all of us. We always think all around us. And as soon as we have a problem, it's so big. And no, this happened to me. I have problems. I have this. Yeah, believe what? Everybody does. And they still have the same 24 hours, have the same kind of problems you're having. So there's so many people out there that are having probably worse circumstances than you and still doing it better. So I think it's a matter of prioritizing that my future, my vision, what is it that I want to create? When I know that, I have to understand that it's a tool. That's what I connect when I start paying the price, was a big event. Because I wanted to be here. A was where I was, B was where I wanted to go. And I really connected this industry to the bridge, if you want to say. Like, how do I get from A to B? What is that bridge that can get me there? When I really sat down and wrote down, how do I want my life to be? How do I want to, what kind of impact I want to make and everything. And I really connected to this industry because when that went to my heart, because often you start with hoping it can work up here, but when it goes down here and you really sit down, take the time, analyze, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to do this? Why can this give me the kind of lifestyle I want for myself, for my family, for the people around me? I think it starts with that, really sitting down and asking yourself, why do I want to do this? Mm-hmm. And what is it with this that I like the most? And really building up that, because hard days going to come, and then have the discipline to work when you don't feel like it. That's
and the thing is you've done other companies when you got started, and somehow I remember one of your speeches one time where the statement that really affected me, because some of us, myself included, I did see other companies that did stuff, but I never really built any other companies. And we're just here in Zinzino. Many people on here have never seen or done other direct sales. But I remember you saying at one time, I wanted to find the company that lasts, the final company, the one that's going to build it big. And I know it created a belief in me when you said that. But could you tell a little bit more? You chose Zinzino, even though you were in a different company.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because I started in one company. I was with that company 5.5 years. And when I got to know the industry, I told my leaders after 5.5 years, I was making good money, 5 figures a month. And I told my team, this is not the future. This is not the future because, and then I shared why, because it's only about recruiting. It's not about that, because I started to understand the industry and I looked up to so many of the leaders. It was an American company. Looked up to the founder. Then when I became one of the top leaders, I got to spend personal time with these people. And they told me one thing, and they said a totally different thing on stage. So already there was no congruency between what they were saying and how they were living. And I think when people are skeptical to this industry, they should be. They should be. Because I was been operating in the past, especially American companies in the past, was only numbers before people. From experience of three out of three companies, and I've friends in many others, they say the same. But of course, there's good companies in the US as well. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that from my experience of the first one, I walked away from that, joined another one, and earned $30,000 after 5 months, 4.5 months. So it was a good launch, did well there as well. Then making that kind of money, the founder told me stuff that he had told me the opposite when I joined. And I confronted him. I said, this is not what you told me. You said this isn't true. Yeah, but who cares? You're making money. I don't care. I don't sleep good at night if I can't share something from my heart with my people. So I resigned after 9 months making good money, just walked away from it. checked 15, 20 companies. This is March 15, 20 companies. Told my team after checking many companies that Zinzino is the best. But they were not open outside of Scandinavia and Europe, and I was living in Spain. So last second, I went to another company because of that, last second. So I was there 16 months. Once again, 5-figure earner, did well after 16 months. And that was a good company, great product, too expensive only. But again, I saw people I was working with, they say one thing here to recruit you, to get you on board. Once you're on board, it's a different story. But I know Zinzino leaders in 2011. I know Urians in 2009. I know Urians in 2011. And I always realized that, or saw based on evidence, that what he says is what he means. That is one thing. So when people get on board with Zinzino, number one, the people by the company, what you see is what you get. You will not have those negative surprises why many are skeptical to network marketing, because people just say what you want to hear to sell you, like politicians. I think Zinzino is very different there. So there I feel like early 2 years now, more than 2 years with Zinzino, not even once have I felt that, wow, he told me this and this is the reality. As my sponsor, Urian, first sponsor I had, that actually everything's been true so far. But that is why it's a company where people stay. And of course, the product with the test, with all the science, with Paul Clayton and everything, it's the substance, and the price is put at the correct place, and a comp plan that pays very well at low and middle level, very well.
So I love to hear that from somebody who has the experience and who's checked it out. Because for me, it's just like it fell into our laps, and it was a godsend for us. But to know that we're in the right place and actually the right time, you've just been out there telling everybody and building up diamonds, and we hear that people are expecting the US. You've actually built up Gary here in the US. Would you tell us a little bit more about Gary?
I mean, Gary's a fascinating story, because when I signed up in this industry, January 2009, and use this as a story as well to where you are today. And when you create your vision for where you want to be in the future, look at that. I went to the first convention after 3 weeks in Las Vegas. I borrowed money, whatever it takes, went to Las Vegas. And Gary was a speaker. He was making over $60,000 a month in that company. So I had my sponsor, when I signed up, gave me a CD. It was called Reasons or Excuses. It was actually Gary Brady speaking. So I played that at least 10, probably 5, 10 times already those first 3 weeks, because I loved it. Came to Las Vegas, and I walked up to Gary. Excuse me, Gary, my name is Marco. I'm from Europe, Sweden, and I heard your story. I heard your CDs, couple of times. I love it. Can you just share, Gary? How did you get started, and what was adversities you saw and everything? And he was so kind, took the time and shared with me and inspired me so much. And then now to work with Gary, that shows. I went there at 20. I'm 35 now, but I was 25 years old. Went to Las Vegas, saw him. And I every day after I went home, worked hard on myself. Every day, worked hard on myself and the business. And then many years later, get the chance to work with him. But so Gary was one of the top leaders. Gary was an amazing leader, did an amazing job, and helped thousands of people with their health and financially. So it's a privilege to work with Gary. And I think you're going to see a lot. Life is always ups and downs. And I think Gary now is getting back to the old Gary and everything. And I think he's going to be a huge asset. Or is a huge asset. So I would tell you, 6 days from now, the event there with Carla and Gary and JP and all of Lisa Arlo and everybody, take advantage of that and make those extra calls. Because that extra call you make today, those 6 days, one extra person you bring in your car, put in front of Gary, can be that 25-year-old or 55-year-old, can be that person like I was 10 years ago, that sparked something inside of me, and that event made me make the decision that I'm gonna go home and inspire people like they inspired me, like Gary inspired me. So what if you bring that person to go out and create a business like I did after, because that sparked something in me. So every extra call you make from now to next week, and every extra person you bring can change your business. And trust me, I've seen it happen over and over again.
I love that, because Gary was the guy you were listening to when you started, and 10 years later, he's a diamond in your team. That's a wild story, but it's another story about how somebody else who's done other things chose Enzino.
Exactly. With Gary's experience and being a top leader in the industry in the past, and still after all these years choose a company like Enzino, that says everything as well where we are placed. So all of you, this is your first company, congratulations. You hit the jackpot directly. You don't need to look at the left to the right, because trust me, all those shiny objects out there, there's rust under that shiny facade.
I love that. Marco, that just gets exciting. And then, once we have that belief, then we just know that it's about, like you said, work hard on yourself, work hard in the business. So the personal development means Enzino's got that down. I know that's one thing you've stressed for everybody. Follow the system, do that, and make sure you're doing the personal development. But I want to pick your brain a little bit on the how-tos, because some people are like, wait a minute, you've been in Enzino that short of a time and you have 6 diamonds in different countries. I mean, we're sometimes, working on getting a diamond who's just another state and we feel it's far away, and we're ready to have 100 diamonds in the United States. We need the US to be really boosting. And right now they've got crazy campaigns out right now. So I want you to say, like, some of the basics. What are the basic things people should be doing? Some people started this week. Some people have been in and they want to hit their goals. What do you say to people, what they should be doing right now? What could they be focusing on to hit next levels this month?
Number one, I always ask them is, if I worked with, I sat down with Mary. Hey, congratulations to your pet, Mary. Amazing job. Proud of you. On stage there in Globen. Rocked it. Great job, Mary.
Yeah.
For example, I sat down with Mary. I would say the first thing we sit down and say, Mary, so where you are today, where is it that you want to go? Where do you want to go? Or why do you do this? If she was brand new, I would say, why do you do this? So what do you want to create? Because number one is always meet people where they're at. That's number one. Often I see people sit down and say, hey, Arlo, this, because the event, no. To start with Arlo, meet him where he's at. So Arlo, where do you want to go from here? What's the next? What do you feel is the next steps, Arlo? So it's always meeting people where they're at. That's number one. And then where do you want to go from here to A to B? The step is always, okay, I'll create this. So the permission for me to lead them is always ask them, so Arlo, do you want to go, or say, Mary, do you want to go diamond this month? We say she was silver today. So you want to go a diamond? Yeah, I want to go diamond. Great. Do I help? There she gives. There's game on. She said what she wanted. She said you want my help. There, I need to give her steps. There, keep it easy. If they're new, keep it easy. Okay, what your list? Do you have your list? No. Okay, create your list. Write down 50 names. Write down 50 names. Yeah, but I don't know if I know 50. Check the Facebook, but you have 600 friends on Facebook. Choose 50 of them. It's very simple for you. So they already have the list done. So list is easy as I write them down. Then I just sit down with them and I get them to invite, depending on their goal, because we know if they want to sign up 4 partners this week, 1 out of 4.5, we say 1 out of 5 to be sure, will sign up as partners if we invite them as potential partners. So, okay, you want 4 this week? We need to meet 20 people this week. How many hours do you have? 6. Great. Let's book 4 2-on-1s with top 4. Then we meet the rest in the group. They always have to adjust to their time and everything. But that means if 1 out of 5 do it, we meet 20. Get your 3 to 5, a good week, even 6, 7, a bad week, maybe 1, 2. So, but on average, that's where you'll be. So I always run it with numbers. So to keep it simple, the list, have them invite, then we do presentations together. Invite percent follow up, invite percent follow up, invite percent follow up. So I teach them the habits that will take them there. And I showed you, I think in Orlando, my 6 habits that giving me success always in this industry, my 6 habits, and just focus on them. Because often you get too hung up on your results. I just choose my number, like when I started, the least I'm gonna do is 7 presentations per week for 1 year. I don't care how it goes. That's what I'm gonna do for 1 year. Then I see if it works. Because what you can control is not what they're gonna say when you sit down with them. What you can't control if it's a no-show, you do a secret meeting, don't show up. What you can control is your activity level. So I want to always have the ball in my hands. I have my future in my hands. So I know I'm going to make sure I invite, if I want to meet 7, I need to have at least 10, 12 meetings booked to get my 7. So the habit is always, number 1, 2%, 3 follow up. Because book a meeting from a meeting. Book a meeting from a meeting. Bam, 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 bam. Always book a meeting from a meeting. 3-way call, Zoom call, give them the right links where you're going to call them again and answer the questions. Invite, percent, follow up. Next step is, who am I running? Who has goals this week? Who's the next smart bronze? Who's the next fast silver? Who has a goal? Who's the next diamond? Who's the next some kind of rank? Because a mistake I did my first couple of years was that I helped 10, 15 people at the same time. They had no goals, nothing, but they called me. Hey, can you help me Tuesday night at 7? And I always want to help people. Absolutely, I'll be there. And I drove 2 hours to do 1 presentation for them. Then I drove to another city to do with somebody else. So I was helping, I was a floodlight. So I was helping a lot of people achieving nothing. You need to be more laser light, not the floodlight. Meaning, when someone calls me today, Marco, can you help me Tuesday night? Absolutely. So, Arlo, what's your goal for the week? I don't have one. Okay, think about your goal, and they call me again when you have a goal, and I'm willing to help you, but you need to have a goal. So I know what I'm helping you achieving. So if you have no goals for next rank, no goals for next customer type or whatever you're running for, I can't help you do anything. So, yeah, by the way, contact is already booked. Great, I can come on Zoom, let's do it on Zoom. But when you're serious about your business, really want to do it as a business, I'll be there. And then I explain, although I don't want to disrespect you, but it's because I have a lot of people want my help, and I have to prioritize the people who have a goal so I can help them achieve their goals. Mm-hmm. Or else it's like we play a basketball game. We know, what do you call them? Hoops? What do you call those?
Yep, hoops.
The basketball, yeah.
Yep.
We play basketball, we have no hoops, we can't score nothing, so what are we doing? We're just here passing the ball, and yeah, we won't lead anywhere. So, and we need that goal, and that's how I run it.
You're so good at setting those goals with people too, and yet you're also always focused on your own meetings, because we could see that, because in the last year you sponsored 50 people. I mean, that's 50. You know, they usually say if you're building this business, you should always sponsor between 10 and 15 people as partners a year, besides your customers. But, you know, you're so right. And if you're putting in that time, you should be sponsoring people. You could sponsor people every week. Absolutely. And you did that.
Absolutely. Yep, and that's with the numbers. Back to numbers. Who am I running? What is their numbers? If you want one new partner, one new customer, we need to meet 2 potential customers, or 4 or 5 potential partners to get one. So I buy with numbers. So that's the habit. Invite, present, follow up. Who am I running? Number 5, promoting next event. Promoting next event. I force people to go to event if I'm going to invest my time in them, because I say it with love and respect. I say, JP, great work to you, and you want to have next week. Take us to the next event. No, I don't know if I can come. Okay, JP, but if I can commit more time to your business than you commit to your own business. So I have to invest in people who are willing to invest in themselves. Mm-hmm. Because I tell them, if you're not going to the local events or the events, the regionals, you don't have the right tools. You don't have the right pieces together for you to reach your goals. I just have to be honest with you, JP. So what do you want to do? Shall we just get to the event or do it like I've been doing? It's up to you. It's your goal. I just need to know, shall we raise your activity level and your focus and commitment, or should we lower your goals? Just so I know where I can help you, JP, based on what you want. It's always give and take there. They feel like I meet them where they're at. I'm there to support them. But it's always like a chess game. I move, you move. I move, you move. They don't move. I move twice maybe sometimes. If they don't move, okay, call me when you're ready, JP. I'll be at the event. Yeah, but I need your help. Great, but we have a big student meeting 2.5 weeks from now. If you don't come to the event, at least come to that. If you have a plan ready and you will commit, I'm willing to help you.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I remember when you said that in our training, and I kind of went, Marco, you know, we want to be. We feel in some ways that it's not always nice. We want to help everybody, but I love that you say, well, you meet them where they're at, and I make a move, you make a move, because some people, you know, they're just doing things, you know, it's just a little bit differently. I don't know. It's just kind of a crazy thing. I don't know if anybody else feels that, but I love the fact that it's, you know, people set the goals and you help them reach their goals, and you make it very clear, you know, what is your goal? If I'm going to be spending my time, then you should also be committed in spending your own time, especially at BPs. We have 2 BPs this week so that people can come either Tuesday up north or Wednesday at Cambria. So we have 2 of them locally here in Minnesota. And then we have the regional event. And now in Minnesota, we've been kind of spoiled because all of the events have pretty much been here. And this one is a farther away. But there's something about going and seeing other people and getting together at the events and learning as much as you can. That's maybe part of the personal development. Or you said it was the most important thing people really need to do is attend and learn everything they can. Work hard on yourself. That's also events, and work hard on the business.
And that's my 6 habits. Personal development, at least 30 minutes per day.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, if you want better results, because at the end of the day, you have to realize that you are where you are. The results in your life, good relationship, bad relationship, good finance, bad finances, you are there because of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have to realize that. Stop pointing fingers, because realize when you're pointing fingers, you have 3 fingers pointing at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you are where you are because of you. Because the good news is that if you are where you are because of you, then you also have control. That's the good news. You are where you are because of you, which means you have control to change it. So whatever you have been doing until today, you can always, always, always draw a line in the sand and say, okay, until now I've been procrastinating. I've been running around and thinking what everybody else think about me and asking for permission to show a business, no posture, nothing. But from today, I draw a line in the sand, I step forward. From today, I'm going to be disciplined. From today, I'm going to be proud for what I have. From today, I'm going to be able to share with my heart. Some will be interested, some won't. Who cares? I'm not sharing from my heart.
Mm-hmm.
People out there looking for opportunity. So I don't have to push it down the throat on anybody. I'm not convincing people, sharing from my heart, inviting on a journey, sharing my vision. And some people will join me, some won't. I don't care because I'm going there with or without them. If it's not them, it's another person.
I don't know about anybody else. I just get so excited just listening to you, Marco. And the thing is, you know, we've never had as much momentum as we do right now. And then they throw even more campaigns on things right now. A lot of people have the 200% for the month of November. And a lot of people have said, we're going to get that 200% the month of November. But then what are you saying to people? What should they be doing right now? I mean, we know to get the most out of the 200% campaign. What would you say to people? Of course, invite and present. We're going to use exactly what you said, but I know it's about getting the most out of this 200% so that you get through this month. I mean, these campaigns are crazy.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing. Which with those campaigns, you get a diamond even if you start today. At the end of the day, 30, 25 ultimate body kits, a couple of customers, you're diamond. And it's only a matter of 25, 50 presentations, and you're diamond. Sounds, I mean, it's only numbers. It takes work, of course. It won't come free. But I tell people, like, okay, like I had a talk or WhatsApp like half an hour ago, just 5 minutes before our talk. We'd want to say, because they want to go diamond this, and they go from executive to want to go diamond. So just that. So what have you, look at your calendar, what do you have booked for that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? What do you have booked? One meeting and or nothing. Forget about your goal. What? Forget about it. Because it's already the fourth, you're going to the fifth, the sixth, the seventh. If you want to take advantage of that ECB, you need to go into this week having meetings booked every day, a couple of meetings per day, because how do you go diamond from zero today? You go out this week and you get 2-3 excited people in your team, and you set them on a plan to also do the 200% ECB 8 points. It creates excitement, bring it to the event. If you're 2-3 excited, you can take them to executive, and then you're going to go diamond. At the end of the day, with 200% ECB, makes it so much easier if you make the calls, because there's other people going to take advantage of it. There's other people going to make those calls. And the sad thing is, in Minnesota, it's going to come through somebody in Portugal, going to call somebody in a state near you, and then also you have somebody go in, call 500 people in 3 months, and all of a sudden you sit in Globen 2-3 years from now, new crown, and you had them on your list. So because you didn't call them, somebody else got excited, fired up, and called them.
It's so true. So we need to, and it's about the activity. And I think a lot of people, they worked last month real hard to get their 200%, and then they take the first part of the month and go, instead of saying, let's get the most out of this month. And we know that, it's just about getting those meetings in and, setting those goals and dividing it out. And you can make a plan to hit any goal. I was just talking to somebody who said, I want to be executive this month. And they just started. And I said, well, and they don't have the 200%, but if they signed up two ultimate kits this month, that's already the 6 points. They're going to get their customers in. They'd have their 8 points. Help those 2 people go silver. Keep doing your own meetings. But that's executive. That's already executive. Somebody who started today.
Yep. And also for that person, set them up for week. You have to create the urgency, because remember, a new person don't know anything. You have to create the urgency. And for them to believe it, then you need to create the victories this first week. If you wait 1-2 weeks, you come into the 22nd, 23rd, sign the first partner, they're already 2 weeks behind. So they can still do it, but from a psychological aspect, if you want a diamond and you're executive, if you sign up 3-4 new partners this week, you have excitement going, your energy is higher, but also you start seeing your back office like, wow, I have 2,800 credits already, still 3 weeks to go, I can do this. Mm-hmm. And when you feel inside, I can do this, you're going to make those extra calls.
I love it. Well, Marco, it's just, we could probably sit here. I mean, last time we talked about just having a meeting with under a half hour, and we were talking an hour and 20 minutes or hour and a half last time, and we could definitely always use all of your wisdom, but we appreciate every minute. I think I've recorded it. I think a lot of us are going to go back and listen to it again and again and again, just to hear how important it is, and that people can build this business. You can feel your wisdom of your experience in this. Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Carla. And you're great. You're doing a great job.
Well, I think the team is doing great. There's so many people so excited right now. The U.S. has never been sitting better than it is right now. More things are in place. Marco, because you've had a diamond here, you know some of the issues that we've been through, and yet we've never been in a better position. We've never had more people as excited and so many people going to be, hitting those goals. So this is the month, Marco. We know that I think actually Orion said the same thing. He thinks this is going to be the first year that November is going to be the best month of the year, because it's been growing and exploding so much in so many countries.
Absolutely. And I also want to share two stories there. I mean, just for all of you to understand that if you look at Hungary, for example, a country that opened 1.5 years ago, 1.5 years ago it opened, was one woman, Maria. She came to the event last year, was silver. Now she was on stage as a royal crown. She's 50, 60 years old. She has a lot of experience in the industry. But then there was a 21-year-old from Hungary. He is royal crown, 21 years old. At the end of the day, you write that list, you sit down a couple of minutes every day, share your vision. Number one, know your vision, share it with excitement. You're fired up. You're going to attract people to your business. If they can do that, you can do that in 1.5 years. Easy. It's just about putting in that action. Because I know everything wants that button they can press and successful. It's magic tip. So you're going to get there. End of the day, you need to make the phone call. And 80% of this business is you against you. You're sitting at home, you need to make those phone calls. And then one in my team, because last month, a person-sponsored guy in Austria, he's director last month. And he had one woman in his team, Sinab. She started a couple of years ago in this industry. And I remember we sat down, wanted to do a list. And when we're doing lists, she had her sister and like 2 people on the list. I said, no, you have to know more people. She said, I don't know anymore. Let's look at your Facebook. No, but I don't have friends there. Because she had been married to a guy that was Muslim, so she couldn't do anything. She couldn't have friends, nothing. They divorced. She had no friends, nothing. She went out, just talked to cold contacts, just building relationships from scratch, building up. And 2 years in, she diamond last month. One of the most powerful stories in my team. And to see that, how she was crying. You know, when somebody has given everything, and this month she's going for director, and she doesn't have one big leg with say points either. And so if they can do that, go in and do that, you can do that. It's only about you go out with excitement and belief, share this opportunity, because there's so many people out there that are looking for exactly what you have. So if it's not you sitting in front of them, it's going to be somebody else. If it's not from Ticino, sadly, from another company.
Absolutely.
Carla, we can ask me questions as well. If somebody wants a question, 1 or 2, we can do that before we.
Okay.
If you want to.
Does somebody have a specific question? We'll let you unmute and you can actually ask. Yeah, Lori. Hi, Lori.
Hi. Marco, when we were in Florida, you were talking about accountability partners and how you set that up. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody in my team, if I sponsor them, I will be their accountability partner, of course. So I need to be for my personal sponsors. But then sometimes there's people in depth in my group that doesn't have a sponsor that are professional or something. So then I would work through them and connect them with somebody between me and them, so they have somebody accountability partner. Because, for example, every Monday I have a leadership call with my main leaders, where they have to come on and share their numbers, their goals. So for many, it can be a group or team where some comes have to share the goal for the week, which means they actually create a goal, who they've contacted, how many they've contacted, and the numbers, because nobody want to come on that call and sound stupid. So if you don't have accountability part that way, it could be that call. Or did I cover it in different way last time, Lori?
No, that was good. I didn't realize that that you were the accountability partner for your personally sponsored. I didn't realize that, so that was even more clear. Thank you.
Absolutely love it. Did anybody else have a question? Some people are scared.
There's no super question.
I'm letting it go.
Okay.
I know that people have, sometimes it's hard to ask questions. If they ask me a question later, maybe I'll write to you and ask you a couple of questions too. But I know it's been, there's so many things that we can be doing right now. And I think there's so many people excited. I love how, getting your 10 years of experience into, you can feel the organization that you have with it, and and it's like a working smart. you know, and it's just learning the system more and more. That's why the events are important. That's why the activity is important. The personal development is so important, and learning each and every step along the way, depending on what people's goals are. But Marco, we can't thank you enough. I'm going to unmute people so we can say thanks from everybody.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Marco.
Thanks, Marco.
We appreciate you so much, Marco. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you. Thanks,
Have
man.
a great November.
Good luck.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marco.
Next level, to list, invite. That's all.
We've learned so much. Let's make
Thank you.
use of all of that. Exactly those, the words of wisdom. Let's write them down. Let's get it going. And let's make November the best month ever.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Cool. This is great. Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely love it. Thanks so much, Marco. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.